Welcome to Musical Miles Podcast, where live music and great stories take center stage. Today's episode is brought to you by our friends at TETON Guitars. Whether you're picking tunes around a campfire or taking the stage at your favorite honky-tonk, TETON Guitars delivers rich, soulful sound built for the journey. Learn more at tetonguitars.com. Now let's dive into some music and memories. All right, hey music lovers, welcome to Musical Miles Podcast. I'm your host, Byron Duffin. I'm here with Mr. Jaden Hamilton.
Hello everybody, thank you for having me.
Hey, thanks for coming on. We appreciate you taking the time. We're here in Las Vegas, Nevada during the National Finals Rodeo at the Westgate.
Yep.
Best kept secret in Las Vegas during the NFR. This is a great place. Lots of awesome music. Jaden played last night.
Yes, we did.
And then you play again tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night at 10 o'clock.
Yeah. So by the time we post this podcast, this will be long gone and over with. But anyway, we appreciate you taking time to sit down with us. Jaden is originally from Louisiana.
Yes, sir.
Where at in Louisiana?
South of Baton Rouge, Prairieville.
Okay.
Yeah. Just down there south. So about as far as you can go, almost.
Is it?
Almost.
I've only been in Louisiana a handful of times. Went to New Orleans during the Mardi Gras a couple years ago.
That's the time to go.
That's the fun time. Right?
Yeah.
Great food, great place, great country.
Yes,
Lots
sir.
of really cool music, too.
Yeah, there's a lot of blues and jazz and Zydeco.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, let's talk. Jaden, tell us your musical story. So where'd you come from? How'd you get involved in this? You got a musical family?
Well, my granddad, he played music, or he played guitar and kind of wrote songs. He died when I was 8.
Okay.
But I think that's kind of had a little bit of influence on me. Seeing pictures of him growing up and watching him when we were little play guitar. But he kind of sang a lot of goofy songs. He sang a song about boogers. Talking about boogers.
Yeah. Well, that's always fun. Grandpa's always got. I don't have any fun songs to sing to my grandkids, but I do like to sing to my grandkids.
Yes, sir. So I guess it kind of comes from him, but nobody else in my family really does music. A few of them play piano. I think my little brother plays guitar a little bit, but none of them have pursued it or chased it any bit like I have.
Sure.
And then 2019, I was still in high school. I was a senior. I started posting on social media and kind of somewhat started taking off the summer after high school. And I went to LSU for 3 weeks. And
3 weeks, huh?
3 weeks, and had a guy hit me up. He was in Nashville, and he said he had an extra room. And I said, well, I'm going to LSU right now. Let me give this a shot. And I got through the syllabus week and got through, I think I was in my pathology class the first day of actual class, and I got up halfway through. I said, I'm going to Nashville.
It wasn't your
it wasn't my thing.
No.
I said, I'm not going to do this for 4 years or more. So packed it up, moved to Nashville, and once we got to Nashville, I went and played for Sony, signed a record deal with them, and then kind of put out some stuff with them through that year of 2020 and about 21, right middle of COVID pandemic. They cut a bunch of people. I was one of them, so got dropped and ended up going back to Oklahoma, where my fiance is from, and hung out there. And pretty much since then been working on a ranch and trying to make a living while I'm trying to make this happen at the same time.
Sure. Well, it's interesting because COVID just fouled up a bunch of people, right? It really screwed up a lot of people's dreams. And I've talked to a lot of people who've spent time in Nashville, and I've asked this question, and I may be a silly question to ask, but I said, is Nashville really a place where musical dreams go to die? For some people, it really truly is.
Yeah.
You go and you get your record deal, and then it gets jerked out from under you, and then what do you do?
Yeah.
So you pack up and go back home or go somewhere else, but that's got to be a little deflating.
There's a lot of people there that are there to tell you what you want to hear because they want a piece of the pie, or they I guess they think or they hope they're taking a gamble that maybe one day you might be big, and then if they get a hold of you early enough, it might be good for them. But then if nothing happens, then you're kind of put on a shelf, and you sitting there waiting on something to happen.
So have you written a bunch of your own music? Is everything you've cut's been your own, or you do some cover stuff?
Most everything I've written, there's I think 2 or 3 songs I put out that when I was with Sony, it was like outside pitches, and they kind of pushed it. And,
they do that, right?
Which a lot of the stuff I put out when I was with Sony, I wish I could erase because it wasn't exactly the direction of I was wanting to go.
I read an article this morning actually on that same note about Morgan Wallen. So Morgan actually cut some stuff back in the day when he first started. He signed a deal and cut some music that he and they released it, but it was kind of under the radar. But there was a bunch of stuff that didn't get cut, and they're going to re-release it without his permission. He's tried to stop it.
I saw that,
and he is not very happy about it because he said it's not quality stuff, right?
Yeah.
And you know, some of the stuff they kind of encourage you to cut because they may have a piece of the pie because it was probably written in their. I mean, they call that the big machine for a reason, right?
Yes, sir.
You know, because you're there. So did you ever get involved in that, in the songwriting process or publishing stuff, or?
Yeah, so a publishing deal actually came with the record deal. So I had a publishing deal for about 1.5 years too, and I was writing 4 or 5 songs a week every day, just about 3-4 times a week, from 10 to whatever time we finished. I was writing songs.
Yeah.
So yeah, Nashville's the place to be if you want to go find people to write songs, because there's a hell of a lot of talented people that I mean, they can make a song out of nothing and come up with it in 30 minutes, and I'm just sitting there just twiddling my thumbs. And I mean, for me, songwriting, it just comes to you. I can't sit and make it happen.
That's what I've asked this question a lot of the artists that I've interviewed. You know, is that songwriting process, because some love to collaborate, some don't. They want to do it. It's very personal. And you know, what's your thought on that? I mean,
I think I like to. Well, I've done it both ways. I've gone in a room and somebody else had an idea and I liked the idea and we ran with that.
Sure.
I think I prefer to have the idea, which most of the time I have come in with an idea that I want to go with. That's the way I prefer to do it. It feels more real to me. But I can do it either way. But I do like writing them, starting them by myself at least. And then if I can't finish it on my own, I'll
have somebody collaborate with you to kind of put the polish on it, or you know,
fill in some pieces, or somebody with a different perspective. It might
sure.
You know, it can't ever hurt.
So have you got some of the songs you've written? Have you started them and then finished them like a year or 2 later, or is it kind of you kind of got to get it started and then finish it before you move on, or what's your process there?
It's never been a year. It's been maybe a month or 2 months, and mainly the ones that I've written by myself are the ones that I come back to. But some of them I'll start writing and I hold on to them. Like, I don't really want to share this with anybody else, because then they get a piece of it, no matter how much of it. If they put in 2 words and you put in the rest of it, they still get the same percentage as if they wrote.
That's interesting, because and I've had this conversation with some guys. They said that's really common in that Nashville circle, but if you're in kind of in Texas as well, but if you're in California or New York, you get paid for your 2 words. You don't get paid an equal percentage.
Really?
That's the way I understood it. Now, I don't know whether that's true or not, but but they, you know, but I can appreciate that. You know, I mean, I talked to Ned Ledoux about some stuff. You know, he's actually, his latest album has got a bunch of, you know, Chris Ledoux has a ton of songwriting credits on there, because they were ideas that were in a box that Ned kind of ended up with after his dad passed. That you know, and so he's listed as with the songwriting credit.
I understand that completely.
Yeah. Which there's nothing wrong with wanting Chris Ledoux's name on your song, right?
No.
Yeah. So, but he also worked with Mac McAnally on a lot of those records, and a lot of those songs, and so yeah. Anyway, well, cool. So I listened to one of your songs that I really liked. Is it "If This Hat Could Talk"? Is that what it's called?
Yes, sir.
You write that?
Yeah, I co-wrote it. With some guys in Nashville.
Okay, I like that song.
Thank you.
That's a great song.
Thank you.
That's probably your top streaming song on your Spotify.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So okay. How many songs have you got on Spotify or on streaming? I mean, have you done a full EP, a full albums?
I did an EP when I was with Sony. I think there's 4 or 5 songs on it. That's the one I'm kind of not too proud of. It's just not the sound I was wanting to do, and I was 18 and didn't really know what to say or how to tell them no.
Sure.
But everything else after that has been singles. I think there's maybe 12 or 14 that I have out.
You have not done a full album, though.
No, that's what we have out.
You're working on now?
We just finished it a few months ago.
Cool.
It's done. We're working on getting a date and kind of getting cover art and getting all that stuff behind it.
You don't know when you're going to release that?
No, but we're shooting for before fall next year.
Okay.
So summer or spring.
Cool.
Hopefully.
Well, you have to let us know because we'd be happy to help you promote it any way we can. Not that
Absolutely.
we can do a ton, but anyway.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just a whole premise behind the podcast is we love live music, right? So we love music in general, but there's nothing that can replace a live music experience, right? So we caught a little bit of your show last night. My wife's here working for Stetson Clothing. This is her 18th year, so she gets wore out pretty fast. So,
I bet.
So to stay out real late, we got to catch part of Corb's show, and well, he was finishing up. You were starting out here, and
yes, sir.
But anyway, we just love live music, and we want to share your music with the people that follow our podcast and introduce them to new artists, and that's the whole point of this.
Yeah,
we become big fans of new music every day, especially here. I mean, my goodness, we're getting exposed to all kinds of new artists and new music every day.
Yes, sir.
So it gets a little overwhelming. My playlist just keeps growing and growing and growing, but I loved your sound. So
thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So so are you touring a bunch, or you're working on the ranch and just kind of filling in?
Not playing as much as I'd like to, but like I said, we're working on January, February, going to the Arizona and Washington and Oregon cow ranches.
Yeah, so we just talked about that before we fired up. You did Idaho this fall. We were actually in Texas doing interviews down there, so we missed you. But you were actually 10 miles north of me and about 15, 20 miles south of me in Blackfoot and Idaho Falls. Yep. And then Pocatello was another about 40 miles. But, yeah, what a cool deal. I think that's really cool. And if they're going to keep promoting you, and that really helps you get some exposure for you.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll be trying to go to Arizona and the Washington and Oregon January, February is what we're shooting for.
Okay.
And then we're going to be planning some full band parking lot shows with Cow Ranch as well.
Oh, really?
During the summer.
Okay.
Probably about 4 or 5 of those at different stores around.
Yeah, they got a bunch of stores. I don't even know how many they got on their roster now.
There's a bunch.
I know there's a bunch more in Utah. Did you do any of the Utah?
Yes, sir, I did. I was in Salt Lake City, West Jordan, Bountiful.
Okay. So you did a handful of them there.
Yeah, I think I did about 12 stores, I think, in a week.
Oh, wow.
I think.
Wow. So was this you and your guitar?
Just me and my guitar.
Yeah. Did you bring your own sound system, or they set up a sound system?
We rented one.
You rented one? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Well, I'm sorry I missed that, but I'm looking forward to it. Next time you get back up our way, like I said, you're sure welcome to give us a holler. We'd love to show you around what we know. I know they're going to keep you humped up pretty good when you do those deals, but
we'll give you a holler for sure.
Yeah, give us a holler, and hopefully maybe it'd be in the summer. We can show you around a little bit.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah, fall in Idaho is not the same as summer in Idaho, so.
I bet.
Yeah.
It's beautiful either way. I wish I had more time to go explore while we were there, because it was beautiful country.
It is pretty country. It really, truly is. So have you got anything? Is this the first time you've played the NFR?
Well, I've been here the last 3 years. Okay. I did the Flint Rasmussen show yesterday.
Oh, cool.
I did it, I think, 2 years ago as well.
Okay.
Last year I played at some booths at Cowboy Christmas. This is my first time at playing a watch party or official watch party.
Yeah. Well, cool.
It's been fun.
Cool. Well, man, we appreciate you taking time to because I know you get here and it gets a little overwhelming. You stay out late at night, playing, and then I'm sure you got to wind down after the show. But
yes, sir.
11 o'clock's pretty early in the morning for you, I'm sure.
Well, back home it's about 1, and so I couldn't sleep really past 8 o'clock this morning. I was up and ready to go.
Well, I can appreciate that because I don't sleep past about 5 o'clock in the morning. So anyway, well, listen, you got that beautiful TETON guitar sitting in your lap there. We have packed it around for the last 8 days, actually more than that. Getting artists to autograph it that we've interviewed here, NFR contestants. It has been autographed by a bunch of people. Corblund, Chancey Williams signed it. And
he cut a song I wrote.
Did he?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
If a Cowboy Would. He was the first song I ever got a songwriter's cut on.
That's awesome.
One and only.
That's cool. That's cool. Sir. Well, it's a good start. You're young. You're young.
Yes,
so
sir.
if you were a senior in 2019, you graduated from high school in 2019?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's only 5 years ago, man.
I'll be 24 in 9 days. The 23rd, I'll be 24.
Actually, my youngest kid is just a little older than you. He'll be 25 in April. So, anyway, in fact, he's flying in today. Going to join me here. So he hasn't been back to the NFR since he was 10. So, and I've been here 25 years in a row.
Jeez.
Yeah, so
I've been here 3 and I'm tired of it.
it kind of wears on you, but Miss Shanda, my wife, has worked for Stetson for 18 years here at the finals, and so
that's awesome.
So it's cool. It's like a big family reunion to us. We get to come and hang out and see our friends, and we know a handful of the contestants, and of course, as older we get, the fewer and fewer we know because the guys our age are all retiring, right? So,
yes, sir.
But no, Vegas is a great time, and the NFR is a special time here. And anyway, and this is such a great. The music industry is such a cool. The industry in itself is a little fractured, a little different. But to get to know the artists and share your music and become fans, and so we really appreciate it. But set this up. Tell us a song you're going to play for me.
Well, sorry.
You're good. I bang these mics around all the time. And just so you know, we're a little raw and gritty here. We don't do a lot of fine-tuning and editing, so it is what it is.
I like it. I'll play you a new one.
Cool.
Called Flat Top Blue. Do you know Mr. Radney Foster?
Oh, I love Radney Foster.
I wrote this song with him.
Oh, that is so cool. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Radney Foster.
Yeah, I have another song that's out. Riadoso.
Okay.
That me and him wrote together too.
Oh, that is
in
cool.
Nashville, but
cool.
Yeah, then we wrote this song. This one's on the new record. It's called Flat Top Blue.
Perfect.
Do I need to be right up on this?
Nah, you're good. It'll pick it up pretty good. Right. Turn it up.
I've been singing old songs like a beautiful mess in a beautiful mess again. Wondering if you're way out west or rolling on a Seminole wind. If I hum one of Merle's melodies, maybe you'd get tired of being lonely as me. Come back here to keep me company. So I pour my heart into this old guitar, wishing I could be somewhere you are. But I can't seem to shake the thought of you playing every favorite song you knew on a box made of wire and mahogany, bearing a scratch or two. Yeah, I keep turning this flat top blue. Yeah, I'll go on loving you. Made you cry those sweet tears. And I'd strum these strings for you through every dream and every fear. So I go back to the moment when we first kissed, just to do it again, as forever and ever, amen, slips through my hand. I pour my heart into this old guitar, wishing I could be somewhere you are, but I can't seem to shake the thought of you playing every favorite song you knew. Yeah, on a box made of wire and mahogany, bearing a scratch or two. Yeah, I keep turning this flat top blue. So I pour my heart into this old guitar, 'cause it's the closest thing to being in your arms. I know I'll never shake the thought of you playing every favorite song you knew. On a box made of wire and mahogany, bearing a scratch or two. Yeah, I keep turning this flat top blue. Yeah, I keep turning this flat top blue.
Thank you so much. Let me grab the pen. I forgot to set it out. Let me grab it real quick, and I'm going to have you autograph it. You find a spot on there that will bear your signature.
All right.
There we go.
Right here.
Find a good spot. Yeah, we got a little bit of everybody on there. We got some actors, we got some football players, perfect. We got some singer-songwriters.
Football players do you have?
Well, just one, Bear Pasco, who is he's a Super Bowl guy, right?
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Had a beautiful Super Bowl ring that he won when he played with the who did he play with? The Giants, maybe.
Oh yeah,
I think so. He played with a bunch of teams, but when they won it. But anyway, yeah, it's been fun. It's been cool. But hey, Jordan, thank you so much.
Yeah,
appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you.
And I love that song.
Thank you.
Has it been cut yet?
Yeah, it's going to be on the new record. It's
okay, but it's not on Spotify yet.
No, sir.
It hasn't been released.
Man,
and I love Radney Foster. I'm a huge Radney Foster.
He's awesome.
Yeah, Texas in 1880 is one of my favorites.
Oh yeah.
Gosh, I'm gonna draw blanks. There's just too many song titles.
Nobody wins. We both lose.
Yes. He's just such a talented songwriter and
amazing.
A singer. I've never seen him live.
Really?
I would love to see him live. So
yeah, I've done a deep dive on all his stuff after we wrote, and I listened to everything he's ever put out, and there wasn't a bad song.
What's the one about the creek? Gosh damn it! I'm sorry, I can't think of the title. He's gonna watch this and go, "You idiot! You guys, you're not a fan." I am a fan. So
yeah.
But anyway, well, next time we come to Texas, I'm gonna reach out to you because I'd love to sit down with you again and just check out your country where you're hanging out. So you live just north of Fort Worth, Dallas area.
Yes, sir. In
Sherman, Texas.
Yes, sir.
And well, it's been cool to meet you, and safe travels home.
Thank you for having me.
We look forward to you playing again tomorrow night here.
Tomorrow night, yeah.
So, well, hopefully I can stay up that late.
Yeah, we'll be playing that song full band.
Awesome. Well, hey, for Musical Miles Podcast, I'm your host, Byron, here with Jaden Hamilton. Thank you again. We'll see you somewhere down the road. Adios for now.
Thank you. See ya.
Man, that was great.